6 layers of government. International.
Okay, the international government. Most people don't know about it. People have heard about it. But most people think of government as the federal government. They don't really think of the United Nations as a government, which it's not really it pretends to be a government. The true international government is the shadow government. Federal Reserve, you know, things like the International Monetary Fund, Bank of International Settlements, Club of Rome, Bilderberger Group, all those other people. What would represent it the most? The United States would be the Federal Reserve. They actually own the government. Not completely. There's oil companies and things that got a big say in the government too, but you'll find a lot of the banking families actually own oil interest, mining interest, land, everything else. They're the people that actually have the name on their stuff, that they own it, not the people like it's supposed to be. And next.
The federal government.
Okay, the federal government. It's a huge, huge mess. I mean, this is only a little bit of what the federal government actually consists of. And you'll find things in here that are private companies, but they work so close and so hand in hand with the federal government, they might as well be part of the federal government. Now, the money part of the federal government, you think the Treasury would control the money. They actually still make the coins. The coins are made out of copper and nickel, though, which is cheap metal compared to what they used to be. So if you look the money in the Treasury, it's actually subservient to the Federal Reserve. So the Treasury, the SEC, the Federal Trade Commission, they just do what the Federal Reserve tells them to do. That's it. I call this poison because that is. This is how the government controls your actual body. Monsanto, it's a private company, but they might as well be part of the federal government. They're one of the big groups that sell pesticides, genetically modify the food, write laws to screw farmers out of their food, their money, their livestock, and their livelihood. Monsanto, they might as well be above the government. They're that Neolithic, powerful. Food and Drug Administration, they're just there to protect the cartels. Monsanto, Nestle Company, Procter & Gamble, Kellogg, all the food companies and consumer product companies, they're just there to protect them. They're not there to help the little guys. Same thing with the USDA, United States Department of Agriculture. Same thing, they control your body through the food supply. Then we got the spies, the CIA, the Pentagon has its own spy program, Department of Homeland Security has its own spy program. They work hand in hand with these groups, the federal government. They're really here to protect the cartel. I'm not going to get into whether the CIA actually is involved in opium in Afghanistan or whatever. That's a different story. But these guys work hand in hand with all the other groups. Okay. Then we got propaganda. These are actually private companies, MSNBC, Fox News, and ABC. But they work hand in hand with the government and probably work hand in hand with the spy agencies. They will bury news stories. They will propagate news stories that don't need to be told or what they want to say, but they work hand in hand with these groups and with these groups, and they basically tell you what these groups and these groups want you to hear. They're not here to tell you the truth, and it's fake to think that MSNBC and Fox News actually are at war with each other. They're both working for the same team. They both have worked for keeping the wars going on in Iran, Afghanistan, Libya, and so on. It's fake that one's right-wing and one's left-wing. It's really just all the same propaganda, a different spin. And next we have
the 50 states.
Okay, the 50 states, we're going to get on that with part 2, so this video will be ending.